I'm Dawn Reno Langley, and I'm the author of The Mourning Parade, and I come from Durham, North Carolina. The Mourning Parade is my new novel, and it's about Natalie D'Angelo, who's a veterinarian from North Carolina who has lost both of her children in a school shooting. She's grieving, but she's being hounded by the press, so she goes to Thailand to visit an elephant sanctuary thinking she would get some solace. And what ends up happening is she works with a very grumpy elephant named Sophie, and the two of them heal together. The novel actually was born a long time ago. My mother used to collect all kinds of little elephant trinkets, and we fed that obsession until our house was full of them. And I went to Thailand a few years back with a friend of mine, and as sort of an homage to my mother, I went to an elephant sanctuary. And I was blown away. To get to the sanctuary, I had to take a long boat from the hotel where we were staying in the jungle, and I was thinking, this is the biggest adventure I've ever taken in my life. I spent the day there at the sanctuary. I learned enough to bring home and do the voluminous research I had to do. PTSD plays a huge role in this story, largely because Natalie has PTSD as a result of being outside the school when her children are killed. She has horrible nightmares. She sees things that aren't there. She has immense anxiety attacks. I know a lot about PTSD because I'm a victim myself. It's a lot like what elephants go through when they're torn away from their families. Of course, they can't sit on a psychiatrist's couch and tell you what's wrong, so it's hard to treat. So when I was thinking about this story, Natalie wasn't really a part of it at the beginning. I was thinking about something to do with the sanctuary, and I didn't know how a human being would end up there. But her loss of her children mimics Sophie's loss of her children, mimics some of the other women who are in the story who are secondary characters. It's very much about the horrors of losing somebody you think you can't live without. I really toyed with naming this book The Sanctuary because I think that the metaphor of a sanctuary for all of them it runs right through the whole book. I mean, every single one of them. It's something that I think everybody needs at one point or another. You know, whether it's your home or the beach or your bed, we all need a piece of sanctuary. So that's definitely something that came up through the writing. So I didn't realize this till after the book was done, but everybody who connects, well, all the females who connect in the story are mothers. Natalie's a mother. Sophie was. Molly, Natalie's best friend, and even some of the women who work in the kitchen. And there's some very touching moments when, you know, Natalie realizes she's not the only one who's had an issue with a kid. That indelible connection between you and the being that comes out of your body is something that connects all of the women in this story. And I think it becomes a metaphor for love, for trust, and for the biggest heartbreak you can ever experience. I've written since I could put a sentence together. And my articles and my books and what I work on are things that I care about, political things, social justice. Obviously, this book is stock with every element you can think of. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't put everything in one book just to do that. It just happens to be where it was set, and the subject matter. You know, elephants are a social justice issue. I don't want to waste my time writing a story that doesn't have some impact on the person who's reading it. I'm not trying to change your mind, I'm just trying to show you the story.